welcome to my channel. Today I'm taking you on a journey through history, the story of journalism in Ethiopia, from its earliest handwritten newspapers to the digital age we know today. It's a story of courage, censorship, innovation, and freedom, told through four regimes that shaped the Ethiopian media landscape. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore how voices found their was onto paper, radio waves, and screens, and how Ethiopian journalism grew with the nation itself. So, let's get into chapter 1, the beginnings. When we say this, Menelik II to Haile Selassie I is from 1895 to 1974.
እኛ አፍሪካውያን በአሁኑ ጊዜ በዓለም ላይ የተለየ ስፍራ ይዘናል። ብዙ መቶ ዓመታቶች በጭቆና በባርነት የኖርን በመሆናችን ማናቸውም ሕዝብ ነፃ ሆኖ ሊኖር ይገባዋል ብሎ ለመከራከር ከኛ የበለጠ ሊኖር አይችልም።
የቴሌቪዥን ጥቅም ትምህርት ከሆነ በሰፊው ካልሰጠ በሰፊው ትምህርት ካልሰጠ ምን ያደርጋል የሚል
Our story begins in the late 18s, a time when Ethiopia was opening its eyes to modernization. The very first handwritten newspaper appeared around 1895, created by Beleta ገብረ Gila Mariam. Imagine, no printing press, no fancy machine, just ink and paper, and the power of words. Then came Amiro, Ethiopia's first printed newspaper, in 1902. Under Emperor Menelik II, printing press arrived, schools opened, and literacy began to spread. This was the speed of Ethiopian journalism, small but full of promises. Later, during Haile Selassie, its ruled media became more formal. Newspapers like Birhane Salam, founded in 1923, and Addis Zaman became powerful voice of the empire. Yet, freedom was limited. Journalists worked under strict government rules. If your words challenged the system, there was a price to pay. Still, this early written laid the foundation for what we call the Ethiopian press today, brave, thoughtful, and determined to inform. So, let's get to the next chapter. When we say this, it's chapter 2, the Dark Regime. So, it's from 1974 to 1991. The revolution of 1974, the fall of Emperor Haile Selassie, and the rising of the Derg. At first, many believed the new regime would bring freedom and justice, but soon the press became a weapon of the state. Every newspaper, every radio station, every voice controlled. Censorship was at its worst. The media was nationalized, placed under the Ministry of Information and Guidance. Publications like Maskaram and Sertwadar spread the socialist ideology. Yet, even in this darkness, technology moved forward. Color television appeared in 1984, giving Ethiopia its first modern broadcasters. So, the Dark years showed us how powerful and how dangerous the media can be when truth is silenced. So, let's get to another chapter. Chapter 3, A New Dawn. It's from 1991 up to present. So, in 1991, everything changed. The Derg fell and the transitional government took over. For the first time in decades, censorship was abolished. Suddenly, voice flooded the air. Private newspapers, magazines, radio, and later TV all began to grow. The 1995 federal constitution guaranteed freedom of expression and press. By the early 2000s, Ethiopia had more than 180 registered publications. FM radio arrived in 2000, and soon private stations like Zami FM and Ada FM began broadcasting. Radio Fana became a national voice, mixing news, education, and entertainment. Today, journalism continues to expand through online media, social networks, and satellite TV. But even with this progress, challenges remain. Questions of independence, ethics, and truth still echo in every newsroom. So, this is all about chapter 3, and let's see the last chapter of this thing. So, the age of broadcasting in radio and TV. Let's rewind for a moment to when radio and television changed everything. The first radio station in Ethiopia began in 1933. After the Italian invasion and liberation, radio became the main way to reach people from Addis Ababa to Harar and Asmara. By the 1960s, television had arrived. ETV, Ethiopian television, was launched in 1964. It started with educational programs that expandational news and entertainment. FM broadcasting began in 2000, giving listeners a chance to interact, call in, and share opinions live. This innovation connected Ethiopians like never before, turning the nation media from one-way message into two-way conversations. So, let's get tuned to conclusion. So, the legacy of Ethiopian journalism inspiring is from the handwritten pages of 1895 to the digital screens of today. Ethiopian journalism has traveled a long brave road through a monarchy, a military rule, and democracy. One thing has arrived changed the people's desire to speak, to listen, and to understand. So, every headline, every broadcast, every story told is a part of Ethiopians' heartbeat. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because history deserves to be heard. See you next video. Bye.